Hey everybody, Rich Lang here down in the bunker once again. Weather's getting nicer, so hopefully we'll start taking some of these videos outside. But down here in the bunker for Prep U. Hey, this video is video number 2 in our supply and storage series, and what we're calling this one is enhancing your supplies, shelf life, amount, and variety. I hope you enjoyed video number 1 in this series. There should be a total of 4 or 5 videos in this. In this video, we're going to be discussing combining short, long-term shelf life, supplies beyond meals, how much to have, and where to get those supplies. And as you can tell, I'm kind of surrounded here by some of my favorite things, namely food. We're going to discuss some of the items that I have here further in this video. And no, I'm not sponsored by any of these foods here, nor Beretta, which is the shirt that I'm wearing. So anyhow, let's get into this. So everyone should know that not all foods for survival have long shelf lives. Most of your freeze-dried do. A lot of your backpacking foods have longer shelf lives. We'll take a look at them and see this. But some of the stuff, you want to make sure that you have items on your shelf that, you know, freeze-dried gets old real quick, believe me. You want some fruit, you want soups, you want sausage and pasta, rice, powdered potatoes, powdered milk, spices, cereal, and all of those have much shorter shelf lives. Even the spices, I mean, you can get them for, 2, 3, 4 years, but they're going to have a shelf life. And when you look at the stuff on the shelves, you can even within a shelf you can get different dates on them. You can pull out soup and see one's got a 2019 date and the other one has a 2021, and you just don't know, or some of them are just months apart. This is why I'm going to suggest to you right now that you incorporate your storage and your prepping in with your regular food for several reasons. Number one, you're going to buy stuff that you like and your family likes. And nothing's worse than eating stuff that you don't like and that's all you have left on the shelf. And for me, that would be freeze-dried teriyaki chicken. Disgusting. But some people like it. So that's just the way, it is. So you want to incorporate these into your everyday needs, and you also want to watch the stale dates on those. How many of you have had a can of pop you've opened up and it's like, oh, this is disgusting, and then you look at the bottom and it was stale dated like 6 months ago? Well, that's because they have a liner between the beverage and the aluminum, and it eats through over time. And it's horrible. You want to rotate. You want to buy, when you buy the new stuff, put it behind the old stuff and use it. That's like, I eat a lot of chicken noodle soup. Love chicken noodle soup, be it like this or be it like this. These will have a longer shelf life than the Campbell soup, but like I said, you just rotate it in. As you use it upstairs, you move this up to your regular pantry and buy more from or whatever club or whatever place you like to do that from. And like I said, look at the dates when you buy it, because there are multiple dates on there. Also remember, this includes your pet food. We carry a kit. Each dog has a backpack. There's food, chews, cookies, and stuff like that. When we get new stuff from Chewy, which we buy, it comes out of there, goes into their bin, and then the new stuff goes in here, so it's constantly being rotated. You also want to rotate your vitamins and any personal meds that you might have. But beyond your meals, which we'll show here in a second, some other stuff to stockpile are spices, condiments, cooking and eating items. That would be plates and napkins and silverware and stuff like that. You also want to have camp suds. Those of you that are into scouts or have camping before, you know what camp suds are. It's a very economical way to keep your cookware clean when you're out on the road. You also want to make sure that you have coffee, tea, those little water flavor drops. Keep a supply of those around. And dry creamer and sugar. Always make sure that you have that, because I don't know too many people that drink their coffee or tea black when you're out there. So how much is too much to have? The way I tell people is start with 72 hours of food per person in the household and work up to about 3 months worth of food. I mean, that's what you want. It also depends on where you live. We'll have some questions in the back here that you're going to have to answer. It's going to tell you how much food you need to have on hand. Again, includes your pet supplies, and you should have I don't know how many gallons of water. You know, you're supposed to have 8 ounce glasses of water a day. Make sure you have plenty on hand, not only gallon jugs, but individual 8 or 16 ounce. And remember, alternative sources for getting your water, your water heater, a pool, pond, whatever. And remember the life straws and other ways to filter water. Make sure you have plenty of that. When you are buying your supplies, you want to think about size. You don't want so much that you can't store it and you can't take it with you. Can you store it in smaller containers like that? Are they packable? As time goes on, you're going to see a lot of these bins disappear, and most of the stuff get into soft-sided backpacks or bags and stuff like that, because it's easier to pack in your car that way. This is just too rigid. It won't allow you, and you lose space. So yeah, you want to make sure you have that, because you know when you're thinking of the size and stuff you want, and weight also, if you have to grab and go. Some stuff you're going to leave behind. Where to get the supplies? It's always a really good question. I threw down some sites here that we have. I'm going to just list them here for you, but they are going to be in our list video. So here are some websites that I found: survivallife.com, survivalupdate.com, survivaldad.com, americanpreppers.com, blackbagconfidential.com, spyandsurvival.com, spybriefing, Stealth Angels Survival, emergencykits.com, My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is really nice because every once in a while they'll have these 72-hour kits on sale. You'll just pay for the shipping, and it's really great to have. And no, they didn't pay me for that. You've got Hikers Direct, and one place that we purchased from before, and it's really great. It's more of an end of the season kind of thing. Is PhilmontScoutRanch.com. They have whatever food's left over at the end of the year. They sell it at a really good rate. Don't get the teriyaki chicken. It's horrible. My son loves it, though. There's Patriot Supply, like I talked about, and that's a great place if you're looking for heirloom seeds, cans of heirloom seeds. If I knew which bin they were in, I'd bring them out to show you. I may have showed you already. LegacyFoodStorage.com. They have 16-serving family entree sample packs that you can get pretty cheap all the time. Then there's thespruceeats.com, and on thespruceeats.com they have an article. It's the top 2019 prep websites, and they list all kinds of stuff about where you can get food. And this is the Ready Store, Valley Food Storage, Augustin Farms, PrepareWise.com, Numana.com, BePrepared.com, Wise Food Storage, eFoods Direct. And you can also go to Amazon and Walmart are two other places that you can find this stuff. So those are some of the places to get the food. When you are buying food, here are some questions you're going to want to ask yourself, and you've heard these before. How much do you have to spend? Don't go broke. I mean, you still have a mortgage, you still have gasoline to buy, you still got kids' clothes and stuff like that. How much storage space do you have? Do you have a closet? Do you have a room? Do you have a garage? You got to think about that. Can you store them safely? Is where you're storing them, or where you want to store them, is it prone to dampness? Is it prone to bugs? Do you have flooding? Does your basement flood or whatever? You need to think about that. You need to store them safely in a dry area that's presumably, right around 72 degrees on average. Are the supplies you are stocking transportable? can you get them into your car and gone in a reasonable amount of time? Will they pack nicely? Nice square packs like this. If you bug out, are your supplies you left behind safe, secure, and hidden to be available should you return? Hopefully you'll return. If you have to leave, hopefully you'll return. What you want to do is not have your stock out in the open, well, kind of like this is. You want to have it put away someplace safe and secure. Can you acquire supplies quickly? And the reason I say that is the natural disaster. Do natural disasters in your geographic region give you time to get supplies? Is there much of a warning? Can you go out and get them? Hurricanes is a good example. In the winter, snowstorms, you know they're coming. California mudslides, you know it's coming. It's no mystery that it's going to rain. As compared to, earthquakes, when they're going to hit. I mean, they're trying to predict them, but they don't do that great of a job. So you have to think about that, and can you acquire them quickly? Do you live 5 minutes from the store, or do you live an hour and a half from a store? Also, to where you're bugging out, number one, is it safe still to go that direction and end up there, but are there supplies along the way that you can get? That's another thing, and that's why we talk about being aware of your surroundings so you can get out ahead of everybody or get the supplies you need and shelter in place. Is the region of your country prone to unrest or riots? Again, we've talked about G8 summits, Antifa, I think I said that right, stuff like that. There's riots in the summertime in different cities. You want to have food so you don't have to go out. That's something else to think about. And are your food supplies set up for easy rotation? Do you just have them jammed in someplace and then you have to figure out what the dates are and all that? Or are they on shelves, nice and neat, and you know what you have? You can also write your dates down. You can also have a book with everything in them and stuff like that. So that's some of the things to think about. What I want to do is show you some of these foods that we've got right here. And these are just options. I mean, like simple rice. Everybody uses rice. It's nice to have around. And when you look at the bottom date, used by January 2nd, 2021. 2 years, basically. Ramen. This is good till January of 2020. There's also like Backpacker Pantry. This is really good, and it's very tasty, and the date on this is 9/20/2023. So now you're talking, 5 years? Well, when I got this, it was 5 years. Other options are the sealed meals. These are military. They don't have a date on them. I'll be honest with you. I have eaten, and I've had other people eaten stuff that was basically produced for the Korean War, which actually came from World War II. And it didn't have a lot of flavor. That's why some of these nowadays have like flavor packs inside of them. They'll have like Frank's Red Hot and salt and stuff like that. But those things last forever. And we talk about the Campbell soups. Here's your cans right here. I'm not sure what the date was on these. I didn't open it up yet. But we'll use them. I love Campbell soup. Back to another Long Life food deposit. This is longlifefood.com. Again, it's a completely contained meal. Inside there, this is chicken with pasta shells, meals ready to eat. Does not have a date on it. Again, like I said, these are more based on like a military meal. They last forever. Here's a chocolate cookie, and yes, I have opened these recently, and they're pretty good. Beef stew, another way that they pack them, single packs like this. You can purchase like cases of them. I said before, Patriot Supply. This is the 72-hour kit. It's got Granny's homemade potato soup, Traveler stew, Blue Ribbon creamy chicken rice, Liberty Bell potato cheddar soup. Right now, if you go to Patriot Pantry, I haven't bought them yet, they have actually ammo case kits of stuff like this in there. You don't have to keep it in the ammo case. You can use the ammo case for something else, but it's really nice to store. Another company, Mountain House. when you talk about delicious, Mountain House is good. Got this at REI. A little bit more expensive, but this might be why. Best by September 2046. 2046. So this is going to be good for it. This is fire roasted vegetable blend. And you know, you're going to need a little stove, and we'll talk about stoves at some point. We talked about spices, like your black pepper here. This is good till June of 2020. This is some stuff I got from LaRue Tactical. It's Dillo Dust. It's a dry rub. It lasts practically forever. Also, don't forget, you're going to want to spice up your food. Get your Frank's, or you can get whatever you want. Honey is really nice. Honey is really great. Honey is good for all kinds of stuff. Check it out on the internet. This is good till 2022. So it's nice to have around. It just makes a lot of things taste better. It's great to cook with, and it's a good antiseptic. And yes, if you can see what these are, this is like sauce from Taco Bell. You've got stuff from Arby's. You've got Parmesan grated cheese. You've got sweet and sour and stuff like that. Don't throw those away. When you get, you know, your Japanese or Chinese food, or you get stuff from Arby's, don't throw that away. Keep it around. I would date it though. I don't think you'd want to keep it much longer than 6 months to a year. I've never thought about going up to Arby's and say, hey, how long does your sauce last? But it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll have to do that and do an update for you on that. So that's about it. We've got a lot of things to think about. Like I said, in the video that we'll put out for the list video, we'll have these sites for you. But you can just go on the internet and look up food. I would kind of stay away from your large warehouse places. They charge a lot of money for stuff, and when you buy it, it's pallets of food. I don't know if you need that. I don't know how big your family is. So so there's video number 2. If you liked the video, please like it. Please make comments if you have any suggestions or corrections that might need to be done, but please subscribe. We live and die by our subscribers. Sorry. But please subscribe. So for now, be aware of your surroundings. Be prepared to be on your own for up to 72 hours, and prep like your life depends on it, because you know that it does.